Before we begin, tell us where you're watching from. We love hearing from our global community, and we might just find a real soldier's story from your location too. April 1945, the forests of Bavaria. An American unit faces a group of captured German soldiers awaiting transfer. Standard procedure. Routine paperwork. But then something impossible happens. A sergeant from Florida, a man known for his iron discipline, stops everything. His superiors demand an explanation. He refuses to continue. His career is at risk. His reputation is on the line. Why? Because he saw this on the prisoner's head. A ring, but not just any ring. The same ring his family lost 20 years earlier during the Great Depression. How on earth did this German soldier have that ring? To understand this insane story, we need to go back in time. We're in the final days of World War II. Germany is collapsing. Allied troops are handling the final stages of the conflict. Sergeant Elias Thorne wasn't just any soldier. This man had survived the bloody beaches of Normandy. He fought through the frozen hell of the Ardennes. His eyes carried the weight of years of combat. Elias was known for one thing: iron discipline. He followed orders, always without question. So when standard military procedures required processing German prisoners, no one expected hesitation, especially not from Elias Thorne. But something was about to break 20 years of silence inside him. Let's go to 1925, the Florida coast, long before Elias became a soldier. Picture this. A devastating hurricane is tearing through the coastline. Giant waves, winds ripping trees from the ground. And in the middle of this chaos, Elias and his father, humble fishermen, see something in the waters. A European ship is disintegrating, and there's a man in the water, fighting for his life. Without thinking twice, father and son dive into that liquid hell. They drag the unconscious sailor to the safety of their simple cabin. The man's name is Karl. He's German. And for weeks, the Thorne family cares for him as if he were their own blood. Scarce food? They share. Medicine? What little they have. Affection? Abundant. Karl recovers. And before returning to Europe, he does something extraordinary. He removes a solid gold ring from his finger. Look closely at this detail, because it's everything. The ring has an engraved Florida heron, a symbol of life, of refuge, of hope. This has belonged to my family for generations, Karl says in broken English. But you gave me something more valuable than gold. You gave me my life back. Please accept this. Elias's father tries to refuse, but Karl insists. One day, he promises, when you need it, this gold will save you too. Prophetic words, because 1929, the stock market crashes. America plunges into the Great Depression. The Thorne family, devastated. No fish to sell. No money for food. Elias, still a teenager, watches his mother grow thin. His father aged 10 years in 6 months. And then comes the most painful decision of their lives. Karl's ring. That sacred symbol of gratitude and human connection. It has to be sold. Elias's father weeps for the first and only time Elias has ever seen. Karl entrusted this to us, he says, and we failed him. But what else could they do? It was the ring or starvation. They sell the ring to a European collector. The family survives, but a part of Elias's soul dies that day. Fast forward 15 years. Europe, 1945. Elias is now a veteran hardened by war. The ring? A distant memory, buried under thousands of experiences and battles. Until that day in Bavaria. Back to April 1945. German forests. The smell of spring rain in the air. 5 German prisoners are being processed. Standard military procedure. Direct orders from command. Elias Thorne is handling documentation. Papers ready, routine protocol. And then, one of the young Germans, trembling, opens his right hand. Perhaps a gesture of surrender. Perhaps a silent prayer. But Elias sees something that freezes his blood. A ring stained with mud, worn by time, but unmistakable. The Florida heron. Elias's world stops. His heart explodes in his chest. This is impossible. How? How? He looks closer. The prisoner's hand has a specific scar on the thumb. The same scar that Carl had 20 years ago. And then everything makes sense like a punch to the stomach. This isn't just any German soldier. This is Carl's son. The son of the man his family saved in 1925. The commanding officer calls Sergeant Thorne. Complete the processing. But Elias Thorne does the unthinkable. He stops the procedure, steps forward, and requests immediate review of the case. Sergeant, the commander demands, explain yourself immediately. Sir, Elias responds with a firm voice, I need to speak with you privately. This is urgent. The silence is deafening. Soldiers look at each other, shocked. This is highly irregular. This could mean serious consequences. But Elias doesn't move. My family has a debt to this man, he says. And I need to tell you why. The commander is confused, but Elias is respected. A war hero, a man who never, ever broke protocol without reason. So Elias tells the story. Right there, in that military camp, he speaks of the hurricane, the rescue, the ring, the promise broken during the Depression. And he shows the evidence, the identical scar, the ring impossible to fake. The other soldiers are astonished, some with tears in their eyes. Because in the middle of that brutal war, this senseless destruction, they just witnessed something that defies all logic. An act of kindness planted in 1925 on a distant Florida beach just saved a life in 1945 in the forests of Germany. The commander, visibly moved, does something extraordinary. He grants special consideration, standard POW treatment, proper documentation. The young German, with tears streaming down his face, tries to return the ring to Elias. But Elias refuses. Your father taught me that some bonds are stronger than wars, he says in broken German. Keep this, and when this madness ends, go home. Live the life your father dreamed for you. 3 weeks later, Germany surrenders. The war in Europe ends. Elias Thorne returned to Florida in 1946. He never spoke publicly about that day. The story only came to light through letters discovered decades after his death. But think about this for a moment. In a world torn by the most brutal war in human history, in a moment where hatred and revenge seemed to be the only language, a Florida soldier risked everything to honor a debt from 20 years ago. Because in the end, the kindness planted on a beach during a hurricane in 1925 proved to be stronger than all the weapons of World War II. This isn't just history. This is proof that every act of kindness has consequences that go far beyond what we can imagine. And you? What seeds of kindness are you planting today that might bloom in impossible places tomorrow? Leave it in the comments. And if this story impacted you like it impacted me, well, you know what to do. Thanks for watching.